Hello, students, and a warm welcome. I hope each one of you is doing well by the grace of God. Our topic for today is Chapter 7, Rocks and Rock Types. We will be discussing the notes of the chapter. Before we begin, let us have a quick recap of the lesson. We have seen last year that Earth's crust is hard. It is made up of rocks and soil. Rocks are found on land surface and also below it. Rocks are a mixture of different minerals formed by natural processes in the lithosphere. The properties of rocks depend on the constituent minerals and their proportion, as well as on the formation process. Okay, it depends on the constituent minerals and their proportion, the amount of that is there, as well as how they are formed. Silica, aluminium, magnesium, and iron are the major rock forming minerals. These minerals are the major rock forming minerals. There are other minerals too in the different rocks. There are three types of rocks. Okay, the rocks are divided into three main categories, that is based on their formation process. Okay, how they are formed, based on that there are three types of rocks. The first one is the igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are also called as primary rocks. Second one is the sedimentary rocks, and the third one is metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks are called primary rocks because they are formed out of the material from the interior of the earth. Okay, and sedimentary rocks are rocks which are found on the earth's surface. The word sedimentary itself tells us that they are formed from the layering process, layer over layer, and these sediments are laid and sedimentary rocks are formed. Next we have metamorphic rocks, which are formed because of metamorphosis. Let us understand the first type of rock, that is the igneous rocks. You know that the interior of the earth has a very high temperature. As a result, the materials in this part is in the molten state, that is, it's extremely in the form of liquid. Sometimes this material gets released through fissures, that is, cracks in the crust. This is called a volcano. Lava, gases, dust, ashes, etc. are thrown out during volcanic eruptions. When the molten material known as magma within the crust and lava on the surface cools down, it solidifies, giving rise to rocks. These are known as igneous rocks. As these rocks are formed out of the material from the interior of the earth, they are also referred to as primary rocks. Mostly, these rocks appear hard and homogeneous. These are heavy, as well as we do not get fossils in these rocks. The Maharashtra Plateau and the Sahyadris are formed out of igneous rocks. Basalt is a major example of igneous rocks. Intrusive rocks are formed within the Earth's surface, and extrusive rocks are found on the Earth's surface. Pumice is an example of igneous rock. This is formed out of the volcanic froth. It is a porous rock. As its density is quite low, it can float on the water. Okay, it can float on water. It does not sink in the water. Pumice has a number of uses. For example, polishing purposes, water filtration, cement manufacturing, etc. Most of the hill forts in Maharashtra have lakes or elephant yards, that it's called. Actually, these are old quarry sites. Rock was extracted from these sites and used for construction of the fort and other buildings. In the pits and the dugouts left behind after rock extraction, water was allowed to accumulate. And these lakes, tanks, were created. Now let us see what are sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks, due to continuous variations in the temperature, rocks develop cracks. Similarly, the water percolating through rocks dissolves the soluble minerals. This leads to the weathering of rocks. They get disintegrated or decomposed. That is, they get reduced to pieces, even smaller pieces. These rocks get transported by rivers, glaciers, winds, etc. towards low-lying areas and are deposited there. One after the other, layers of sediments get deposited in this way. The upper layers exert heavy pressure on the lower layers. This leads to compaction of minerals. Compaction means cementing of or combining of minerals and development of sedimentary rocks. One can easily see layers in the sedimentary rocks. While layers are getting deposited, the remains of dead animals or plants get buried in these layers at times. Therefore, one may find fossils in sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are generally brittle and lightweight. Most of them are porous. Sandstone, limestone, shale, corals, etc. are sedimentary rocks. One may find coal seams, that is, layers of coal in sedimentary rocks. Fossils. What are fossils? The buried remains of dead animals or plants become subject to heavy pressure. Okay, the buried remains of dead animals or plants become subject to heavy pressure. As a result, their impressions get marked in the rocks. At times, the buried animals or plants get petrified. These are called fossils. The study of fossils provides information about the life in that period. The next type of rock is metamorphic rocks. Volcanic activity and other earth movements constantly take place on the earth. While these are occurring, the igneous or sedimentary rocks in that region are subjected to tremendous pressure and heat. This leads to changes in the nature as well as the chemical composition of the original rocks. Okay, there is constant pressure and heat, because of which the nature of the rock as well as the chemicals that are present in the rock change. The crystals in the original rocks get recrystallized. Okay, they undergo the process of recrystallization. This means the rocks get metamorphosed. Metamorphosed means there is change in the rocks. The rocks formed through such a process are called metamorphic rocks. These rocks do not contain fossils. These rocks are heavy and hard. The table on page 42 in your textbook shows you the different types of rock, the original form, and a photograph specimen is also given. Then you can also see the metamorphosed type or the metamorphosed rock that has undergone changes can be seen in this chart. You can see the first one is igneous, which is granite in the original form, and then it metamorphoses. Because of metamorphosis, it has become gneiss. You can see the sedimentary rock, which is in the original form, it is the limestone, has metamorphosed and formed marble. Same way we have coal, sandstone, shale, which have metamorphosed and formed into diamond, quartzite and slate. Coal gets metamorphosed when it undergoes heavy pressure and intense heat. After coal gets metamorphosed into diamond, its price increases. Figure 7.5 on page 43 shows you the distribution of major rocks in Maharashtra. You can see the basalt rock formed out of the volcanic eruption has spread over a vast region of our state. If you observe the map, you can see basalt is in grey, granite is in dark grey, laterite is in brown, and sedimentary rock is in yellow. So you can see the expanse of the basalt rock is vast. Granite rock is found in the eastern parts and in South Konkan. Laterite is found in South Konkan, in Ratnagiri and Sindhudurg. Because of thick and extensive layers of basalt, Maharashtra does not have a large reserves of mineral wealth. Therefore, mining activity is concentrated in South Konkan and in eastern Maharashtra. Let us now see the notes of Chapter 7, Rock and Rock Types. The first question is the fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks are to be written in complete statements. The first one is rocks are a mixture of different minerals formed by natural processes in the dash. Okay, rocks are a mixture of different minerals formed by natural processes in the lithosphere. Second fill in the blank. There are dash types of rocks according to their formation process. There are 3 types of rocks according to their formation process. Third fill in the blank. Dash is a major example of igneous rock. Dash is a major example of igneous rock. The answer is basalt is a major example of igneous rock. Fourth fill in the blank. Most of the sedimentary rocks are dash. Most of the sedimentary rocks are dash. Answer. Most of the sedimentary rocks are porous. Next fill in the blank. Dash is found in South Konkan. Dash is found in South Konkan. The answer is laterite is found in South Konkan. Next question, boys, is match the columns. A column is the question. B column will be the answer. Answers are given in the middle in alphabets, but you have to write complete statements. The first one is igneous rocks. Second is sedimentary rocks. Third is metamorphic rocks. Under B, it is brittle and lightweight, heavy and hard, hard and homogeneous. Let us find the answer. The first one is igneous rocks. The answer is C, hard and homogeneous. Okay, the first answer is hard and homogeneous. Second one, sedimentary rocks. The answer is brittle and lightweight. The answer is brittle and lightweight. The third one is metamorphic rocks. The answer to it is B, heavy and hard. Okay, B, heavy and hard. So here in this match the column, it was the various features of the 3 different types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. Next question. Name the following. The first one, two major rock forming minerals. Two major rock forming minerals. You have to just write two. I have given you all the minerals, that is silica, aluminium, magnesium and iron. The major rock forming minerals are silica, aluminium, magnesium and iron. You can just write two of them when asked. Two metamorphosed rocks. You have to give name of two metamorphosed rocks, that is two metamorphic rocks. One is marble, the other is slate. One use of diamonds. Now we all know the majority of the use of diamonds is for ornament making. Okay, ornaments are made out of diamonds. Other than gold, silver, diamonds are also present in ornaments. The next one is rocks that contain fossils. You have to name the rocks or the type of rocks that contain fossils. They are sedimentary rocks. The next is two igneous rocks. Two igneous rocks. The first one is granite and the other is basalt. Next question, number 4. State whether the following statements are true or false. In this question, you just have to write whether the statement is true or false. No reason has to be given for the false statement. The first one is weathering of rocks leads to its disintegration or decomposition. I repeat, weathering of rocks leads to its disintegration or decomposition. Answer, true. One can easily see layers in the sedimentary rocks. One can easily see layers in the sedimentary rocks. The answer is true. We can see layers in the sedimentary rocks. Number 3. Maharashtra has large reserves of mineral wealth. Maharashtra has large reserves of mineral wealth. You know the answer, boys. It is false. Maharashtra does not have large reserves of mineral wealth. Most of the hill forts in Maharashtra do not have lakes or yards. Most of the hill forts in Maharashtra do not have lakes or elephant yards. The answer is false. Most of the hill forts in Maharashtra do have lakes or elephant yards. Next question. Answer the following in one sentence. First question. What are igneous rocks? What are igneous rocks? The answer is when the molten material known as magma within the crust and lava on the surface cools down, it solidifies, giving rise to igneous rocks. Second question. Why is it easy to carve on sandstone? Why is it easy to carve on sandstone? Answer. Why it is easy to carve on sandstone? Because it is relatively soft. It is easy to carve on sandstone because it is relatively soft. Next question. On what do properties of rocks depend? On what do properties of rock depend? Answer. The properties of rocks depend on the constituent minerals and their proportion, as well as on the formation process. The properties of rocks depend on the constituent minerals and their proportion, as well as on the formation process. Next question. What information does the study of fossils provide? What information does the study of fossils provide? Answer. The study of fossils provides information about the life in the olden period. Next question. When does coal get metamorphosed? When does coal get metamorphosed? Okay, the answer is when coal undergoes heavy pressure and intense heat, it gets metamorphosed. When does coal get metamorphosed? When coal undergoes heavy pressure and intense heat, it undergoes or it gets metamorphosed. Next question. Which type of rocks are predominantly found in central Maharashtra, South Konkan and Vidarbha? Central Maharashtra, we can find basalt. South Konkan, we can find laterite and granite. And in Vidarbha, we can find basalt, granite and sedimentary rocks. Next question, number 6, is give reason give geographical reasons. The first one is igneous rocks are also referred to as primary rocks. Answer: igneous rocks are also referred to as primary rocks. Answer: as igneous rocks are formed out of material from the interior of the earth, these rocks are also referred to as primary rocks. Answer: why are igneous rocks also referred to as primary rocks? The answer is, as igneous rocks are formed out of material from the interior of the earth, these rocks are also referred to as primary rocks. Next question. Most of the hill forts in Maharashtra have lakes or elephant yards. Most of the hill forts in Maharashtra have lakes or elephant yards. So boys, the answer is hill forts. Point number 1. Hill forts in Maharashtra are old quarry sites from which stone or other materials have been extracted for the construction of the fort and other buildings. Point number 2. In the pits and dugouts left behind after rock extraction, water was allowed to accumulate, and those lakes, banks, etc. It is tanks, etc. were created. Therefore, most of the hill forts in Maharashtra have lakes or elephant yards. Answer: hill forts in Maharashtra are old quarry sites from which stone or other materials have been extracted for the construction of the fort and other buildings. In the pits and dugouts left behind after rock extraction, water was allowed to accumulate, and those lakes, tanks, etc. were created. Therefore, most of the hill forts in Maharashtra have lakes or elephant yards. Next question. Question number 7. Answer the following. Why are rocks reduced to pieces? Answer the following. First question. Why are rocks reduced to pieces? Answer. Due to continuous variations in the temperature, rocks develop cracks. Similarly, the water percolating through rocks dissolves the soluble minerals. This leads to the weathering of rocks. This makes the rocks disintegrate or decompose, and they get reduced to pieces. Answer. Due to continuous variations in the temperature, rocks develop cracks. Similarly, the water percolating through rocks dissolves the soluble minerals. This leads to the weathering of rocks. This makes the rocks disintegrate or decompose, and they get reduced to pieces. Next question. Find the difference between sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. Find the difference between sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. This answer has always to be written whenever distinguish is asked. It has to be written opposite each other in two columns. The first one is sedimentary rocks. Under sedimentary rocks, rocks that are formed through deposition and compaction of sediments, especially rock particles transported by rivers, glaciers, wind, etc., are called sedimentary rocks. Metamorphic rocks. First point, rocks are formed due to the process of metamorphosis, are called metamorphic rocks. Second point, under sedimentary rocks, one may find fossils in sedimentary rocks. Second point, under metamorphic rocks do not contain fossils. Third point, these rocks are very brittle and lightweight. That is, sedimentary rocks are lightweight and brittle. Metamorphic rocks are heavy and hard. Examples are marble and slate. Observe the following map and answer the questions given. The questions will be sent to you in the PDF. Name one district in eastern Maharashtra where only granite is found. The answer is Gachiroli. Next question. Which rocks are found in Sindhudurg district of Maharashtra? Which rocks are found in Sindhudurg district of Maharashtra? The answer is laterite rocks are found in Sindhudurg district of Maharashtra. In which districts of Maharashtra do we find sedimentary rocks? In which districts of Maharashtra do we find sedimentary rocks? The answer is we find sedimentary rocks in Amravati, Akola, Jalgaon, Dhule, and Nandurbar districts of Maharashtra. We find sedimentary rocks in Amravati, Akola, Nandurbar, Jalgaon, and Dhule districts of Maharashtra. Name any two districts of Western Maharashtra where you find basalt rock. Name any two districts of Western Maharashtra where you find basalt rock. Answer is basalt rock is found in Thane, Raigad, Palghar, etc. You can choose any two districts and write. You could write just Thane and Raigad or Palghar and Thane. Next question. Why does Maharashtra not have large reserves of mineral wealth? Why does Maharashtra not have large reserves of mineral wealth? Maharashtra does not have large reserves of mineral wealth due to the thick and extensive layers of basalt rocks. Maharashtra does not have large reserves of mineral wealth due to the thick and extensive layers of basalt rocks. Boys, see that you complete the notes given and read the textbook, read the lessons in the textbook and prepare yourself for the exams.